Underdog Fantasy promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I had to put my glasses on to get smart. I had to get smart. Gotta look smart when I talk to Barry. So I had to put my glasses on to do that. 402-464-5685. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit us up. And if you have questions, and I know that you do, feel free to ask them, and feel free to be a part of what we're doing here. You could follow on all the streams, of course. If you're not listening to the Royals on the brick and mortar, if you're listening now, you're on the streams. We thank you for doing that. Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo channel 961. I do that all the time. There's so many channels. Channel 961. If you want to be a part and see the man next to the man, next to the man, next to the man. The proper way to introduce this gentleman is with one of the greatest voices that we've ever heard.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Glorious.
Hear the horses galloping on that part, you know it?
Oh, so good. So good. Coach Barry Thompson, Fairfax Football Academy, QB coach.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Are you with me? Are you
yes,
with
I
me?
am. Too blessed to be stressed, baby.
Hey, man.
Getting better. Good and getting better, and everybody's doing what they should be doing. I love it. Great day. Great day.
Man, we got to make shirts.
Okay, yes.
And
let's
the front
go.
that says, how you doing? And on the back, it says,
yeah.
Good, getting better.
Good and getting better. That's a Bill Thompson special. That is a Bill Thompson special right there. Good and getting better.
Yeah, we need those shirts.
Hey, you talk about smiles. Imagine if everybody out there, when they're asked tomorrow, hey, how you doing? You respond with a big smile. Good and getting better.
Good.
Hey, you're going to make a lot of people happy.
Good and getting better.
Yeah, it
how
is.
You?
There
how
it
you?
is.
We went to this thing. I was talking to a group this morning, and I don't know why the message laid on me so heavy, but another shirt that I need to make is, you good?
You good?
We good?
Hey, maybe we can get Jay to call Greg Anthony for us.
Right. Well, we got printers now, so we can do this.
All right.
But it's because we good.
Yeah.
is both a response and a question that lets us have a discussion.
Yeah,
because if I look at Harrison, we good.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, right.
And solid, baby.
But Harrison, we're gonna coach him. Because
no. Hey, Harrison. If he says we good, you say solid as a rock, baby.
No. I'm gonna give it to him. Harrison asked me.
All right, DP, we good?
Good and getting better.
There we go. I love it. And then here's the other thing. Another one. I heard two more. One is sometimes people will ask about your family, and a good response is everybody's doing what they should be doing. Everybody's doing what they should be doing. When everybody's doing what they should be doing, that's a good thing. And here's another one, DP. You'll love this one. Say, how you doing? Say, I'm just handing out lollipops, baby. Just handing out lollipops. You hand somebody a lollipop, they start to smile. Say, I'm handing out lollipops today, all day long.
Good and getting good. Good and getting better.
Yes, sir.
Barry, I need to get into your head as an offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I need to get into your head as an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And we will work from the premise that as an offensive coordinator, how often should your quarterback be your best offensive player or offensive weapon?
He should always be your best offensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that makes him your best offensive weapon, I'll let somebody, but he should always be your best offensive mind. And so if that makes him a weapon, then he should always be the weapon.
Can he be your best decision? Your best choice?
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Yes, especially if he's my best offensive decision maker. Yes.
So as an offensive coordinator in your most critical of situations, the most important play call in the entire game, the most important call.
Right.
What are your priorities, Barry Thompson? Let's say for the sake of discussion.
Okay, let's start with one.
I'm gonna put you. How about this? I'm gonna put you at 3rd and 3.
Doesn't matter. You put me at 4th and 3rd. If it's a critical play, I want my very best players involved in the play. 1, 2. If it's possible in that situation, I want it to be a play that is our identity. If you're talking about 3rd and short, but all plays are made better. You draw up a pattern with 3 receivers in it, and then you redraw that same pattern with 3 of your best receivers in it. It becomes a much better play. So, outside of 3rd and short, I want my best. The play is going to be good or better if I have my best players involved. 3rd and short, then it better be my identity play for whatever it is that we're doing, however we're running things. If it's, I'm being facetious, but if we're run and shoot, it better be our best run and shoot play. If it's spread, it better be our best spread play. If we are a power team, it better be our best power with our best guards and everything else. So those are the 2 things I would look for in a tight situation.
You've seen this Nebraska offense. What is their identity from your vantage?
Right now, playing as a team and being solid. Right now, I'd give a little bit of a hint toward the defense that really, really, really plays hard. And I think that's the most that you can really ask from players. You're going to have different levels of talents at different positions, but if you get a unit that consistently plays hard, that runs to the ball, that executes most of their assignments, I'm going to give a little bit of the edge to the defense, but I would say overall, you watch the offense, you watch the defense, they play clean as a unit. You eliminate penalties. You don't turn the ball over. You play some defense, you run the ball. You are going to be in a whole lot of football games.
Here's where it flows. That you're doing those things and you're in a whole bunch of ball games.
Yes.
But you're not finishing.
Okay.
You're not finishing. You're
right.
Here's we can say that the identity of Nebraska football has been in recent years, and then this past week consistently unable to finish. Losing one possession games.
Yeah, but those are. Yeah, but I wouldn't hang the things that had in the past. I wouldn't hang that on what I saw last week.
Okay, what would you hang that on?
I would start from last week and say that they're 0-1 in those situations with this crew, because I believe that this crew is going to learn from that situation. And one of the big things that you learn from coming up short is how many other plays that were gettable that could have kept you out of that situation to begin with. Mm-hmm. Another one of my famous ones I got from my dad, I don't know who originally said it, but he said the best way to avoid a bad situation is not to put yourself in one. In every game, there are 5 to 6 gettable plays on either side that determine the dynamic of the outcome. And I say that way because you could have gotten beat 49-0, but I promise you there's 5 to 6 plays on that nothing side that, if you just did what you wanted to do, maybe you wind up with 21. In a close game, those 5 to 6 plays, 3 of them went the other way. I call them 50-50 plays. Could have made the play, didn't make the play, right? Mm-hmm. And so what you learn in those situations is I've got to execute everything because I don't know which play is going to make the difference. And that's what that team should really learn from that. Not hang up so much on what happened the last play or that you came up short, but go back and look at the whole tape. What opportunities did we miss in the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter? How do we finish the second quarter? How do we finish the third quarter, right? Was there a coverage call? Was there a blocking assignment that we missed? Worry about those things. Get those things tight, and the end of games will take care of themselves. So I'm going to call this crew 0-1 until they prove me wrong.
In that, looking at how offensive players call plays, how coordinators call plays, down and distance does matter, right?
Yeah,
fair to say down and distance matters.
Absolutely.
If you identify yourself as a physical offense,
right?
Physical, and you're in a tie ball game, fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. You have the ball, the opponent inside the opponent's 25-yard line, 3rd and 3.
Right.
From your mindset, do you attack this? And there's several ways to attack it, right?
Right.
One, it could be with your personality and profile,
right?
Which is if you're a spread team, as you said, you're a spread team, you do spread team things.
That's what we're going to do.
If you're a power team,
right,
you do power things. If you're a physical team, you do physical.
Right.
Whatever you do, Barry, are you choosing to manage the situation and circumstance, or are you going to do the easiest thing for you to do most often?
Well, like I said, you want to do something always that you do well. So let's take the example that you're a power running team and you get into that situation and you feel that, hey, maybe as a play call that this, they're going to overload. We're going to get too many. We can't get it. The constraint play is what should come into play, which is you see this on the goal line all the time. Make a great example. So when you see a goal line, sometimes they'll line up in 13 personnel. Everybody's foot to foot. The defense knows exactly what's going to go on, right? And then we see it maybe 3 or 4 times over 4 weeks in the NFL. Everybody knows the play that's coming. They're faking the run, and then they throw to a tackle that reported or a tight end that leaked out, and they all say, hey, you got to do your job. You're a man. Keep your eyes right. It always happens. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a power team and I'm in that situation, I feel that I'm going to be outnumbered. What I want to do is something that builds off that power structure to give me what I want if I'm going to take a chance and not run power. That particular goal line play is a good example. What I don't want to do if I'm a power team is suddenly go 5 wide and then, because I think I can get them. That's just not in my personality. And it's hard to, I think, for an offense to be that diverse, to be able to execute 5 wide and power running, all in the same span equally. You got to make some choices when you get down there. And that's where you get back to that identity thing. So it doesn't have to be power if you're running power, but it can be play action off of power. It could be what's John Gooden's famous play? Something, why banana?
Banana, yeah. Why banana?
That fits, right? Now you got them in a pinch. They either going to knuckle up and get this power, or I'm going to give you some play action, pass protection. My guy's going to leak out, and I'm going to dump it to him. So those two things fit together. But if you're power and now you're suddenly going quads or something like that, I think it's a little riskier.
Isn't that the thing, though, Barry, that Gruden's go-to play has been practiced, repetitioned so much that it's almost impossible to fail at running it.
Yeah. You know what?
Right? Every offensive coordinator I know was a plug nickel.
Right.
Has run this. They have a play.
Right.
That they've run so much and so often that it's really tough, almost impossible. It is the layup.
Right.
It's almost impossible for a team to defend.
Right. There are certain concepts that just put almost all defenses in binds. And if you combine them with what you're doing in run, because you got to remember, defenses have to basically cheat, right, to stop things. I mean, they don't play things honestly. They're playing towards something, and they know what they're giving up, and they're getting better, like I've said many times, with match quarters and things like that, at limiting the tight fronts and taking things away and limiting where you're going to go, or narrowing your attack. But on that thought, it's something that hit me the other day. When you look at the NFL, here you go, DP. Look at the NFL. Every week that you look at the NFL, there's not a single play or a single defense that let's say there's not a single offensive play that there's a defense that doesn't know the play. Like they know what plays are going to be run, and the offense knows exactly what defense is going to be run. And still, although they all know each other, we get these fantastic plays. Why banana still executed, right? Concepts like dagger, sail still executed, right? Even smash, Hank, those Yankee, those things are still executed, even though everybody knows those plays, right? It's not a surprise for anybody that what anybody runs in the NFL on any Sunday, and still we see this level of execution out of those guys. It's I don't know, just something crossed my mind.
well, but here's the thing. There's so many things, and we often say that coaches coach to their personality.
Yeah.
And they play call to their personality.
Yeah.
And that sometimes that gambler thing, we know a lot of offensive and defensive coordinators that are gamblers. That's just who they are. That's just, and you understand that, okay, I can ride with this because they're going to have some success with it.
Right.
And there are also going to be times when the gambler makes your head hurt.
Yes,
makes your head hurt because they won't go through. Another case in point, Barry Thompson. I know that you're an offense. I know you played safety in college, but you are a quarterback at heart.
Yep.
So, Barry Thompson, it is overtime, and you win the toss.
Okay.
Barry Thompson, what are you doing? What are you doing, Barry Thompson?
We're taking the ball.
Yeah,
we're taking the ball.
Listen, this is
taking the ball. Let's go down, score, and go home.
Right? I don't. The reactive side of it makes my head hurt.
Yeah.
Because it says that I need to, and you can tell me again, culture of the personality of the team.
Right.
And that if we are defense first, right, there are people that are just like, okay. But to me, if I've got Tom Brady, if I've got Patrick Mahomes, if I've got Lamar Jackson, there are some quarterbacks. If my quarterback is a dude,
yeah,
I've built my whole team around him.
Yeah.
He's a dude. I'm sorry. I don't want that dude standing on the sideline watching somebody put up a 7 and forcing his hand.
Right.
I want him to be the thermostat and the thermometer. I want him to be.
It's an interesting thought process because whether you go first or go last, you still are going to have to stop somebody, right? You're talking about college overtime now, right? So college overtime, you're still going to have to stop somebody. Pro overtime, I definitely want the ball. I want to go down and score because even under the new rules, a score, a touchdown, that's the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
So I want that. And you think about the college thing, it's like, well, we'll have it last or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm not drawing that paycheck, but I just know if you give me a chance to go score, I want to score. And I do know that in overtime, you have to stop somebody.
I try to figure out how any offensive coordinator who has a say-so would okay somebody else having the ball first.
Well, you said some big words there. Who has a say-so? Who has a say-so? I've been on those phones before. And from a certain set of headphones, there's some things that come up on those phones, and okay, boss, here we go.
Right? Well, I mean, but that's why I asked you the question, because you've been on those sidelines and in those booths and on those headphones, and not one. Here's the other thing. I'll ask you this, and Harrison, watch this. I'll ask you a question, Barry.
You're smiling too much, DP.
How many staffs have you been on where you practiced what was going to happen if you went to overtime? Did you have a play call list for when you go to overtime, offensively, defensively? Did you know who was going to get the ball first? Did you know what your plays, what the 5 plays or 4 plays you were going to run in overtime? How many staffs have you been on where those things are known before the opening kickoff?
Exactly 3. And I have 3 state championships. Wait. And I have 3 state championship rings.
Bruh! Louder for the people in the back.
Okay, one more time. Exactly 3. And I have 3 state championship rings.
Boy, bye. Listen, we're going to go throw it a break and come back. BT, are you with me? Barry Thompson, 101, 92.7 The Ticket.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering you 50% off our next 10-week challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at USC in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a downtown LA hotel, exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at USC. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G35609 must trade.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering you 50% off our next 10-week challenge beginning September 14th. That's 10 weeks of fun group fitness classes and individualized coaching for half off. And at the end of the 10 weeks, someone's walking away with $1,000 for the best transformation. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine. And check us out online at fxblincoln.com.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, One-on-One. DP, Barry Thompson, Harrison Arns, carrying you through. We got another full night, ticket weeknights. Oh, man, Don't Punt Hour. Kendall Lanier comes on. She's got a special guest. We do, in fact, got Emma Spence. She's got an Olympics gymnast here with the Huskers, Emma Spence, who has her own show here on Sundays on the ticket. Got a good night, Malone Center. Got a full night. So good stuff all the way around. Barry Thompson, we're talking about it. And there's so much juice to the squeeze. I'm asking this thing, right? That overtime happens, Barry Thompson.
Right.
You're the coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Overtime happens. Are you running new plays or are you running plays that have worked in overtime?
You're running a combination of the plays that have worked, and you will have one or two that you're kind of holding in your pocket a little bit, maybe one or two, and maybe it's a 2-point play. Usually, your 2-point plays are ones that you can kind of duplicate and have in your overtime. And that is if that wild gambler's not in the booth that day. So you're running things that work. Their defense structure is their defensive structure. You're looking at the plays that you've had success with. This is where you need that good decision maker, right? Because you can call a good play, and they're ready for it, right? They've made an adjustment. And so now your decision maker has to get you to the right spot. That's what you're really relying on, your execution and your decision maker. And then you have one or two plays that you may have carried over. It may be a 2-point play that you reuse again and may have a way of dressing it up. But you're not making any things up in that moment. You is who you is.
Well, there's the thinking, like-minded, and a part of our relationship was always, we thought as a quarterback receiver, we thought in okay, what can I get the receiver group to be for Barry's quarterbacks and Barry's quarterbacks to those receivers? What can they do? Hey, where can we get you the ball that this will work? Or what can we attack? And it was mutual thought that after 4 quarters of play, me as a receiver and you will meet at the end horn of the 4th quarter, end of regulation, before we take the field in overtime.
Right.
And what we will process is 4 quarters of resume and tape.
Yeah.
Of, hey, B, you know where the wins are.
Yes. The question
I
to your
know where the wins are.
Yeah. The question is to your quarterback and your receiver, hey, what do you like? What do you like?
Like,
yeah, what do you like?
Like you have.
Yeah.
And again, you're talking about a 25-yard field that I literally could say to Barry, press coverage, fade, throw it 2 yards inside and 2 yards away from the pylon.
Yep.
And if they're in release coverage, I'm going to run the slant. I'll box him out. We'll take the 7. He's got to make a tackle in open field against me. We like the odds of it. And then if we have to go to play 2, it's the same, literally same discussion. And we don't even have to talk about it.
Right. It's what you like. What do you like?
Because Barry knows, hey, listen, we ran play 1. If we ran the slam play 1 and he's playing the same way, he's going to jump that. We'll just call sluggo. And Barry will throw me to green.
Or in overtime, I'll have you go slant out because he'll dive down on the cut. Yeah, there we go.
All right, we'll run that bench route. We'll run. Yeah. Look, we I don't understand how at this level you haven't reached that level of high repetition, high communication, high structure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some knowledge. Now, the guys, the defenses that they face now, can be a little more complicated, but you're right. It does. The simplicity is, what do you like? What's good, right? That's it. I mean, you've gotten there 4 quarters, so something's been good. And what do you like? What's good? And that's what you ride with in that moment. Like I said, you get in those moments, you is who you is, right? This is nut cracking time, right? They know where you have to go. There's no big field. We're in a box all together, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows there's no halftime. There's no, this is it. The overtime is a pretty interesting thing.
Yeah, there should be time in that. The quarterback position has evolved.
Yes.
And that at every level, every single level of football play in America, young quarterbacks or quarterbacks in full are more prepared for whatever's going to be thrown at them. You and I were talking at the number, the percentage numbers that young quarterbacks are getting in this day and age. And you can talk about, we talked about Dylan Raiola, we can talk about Jaden Daniels, we can talk about all the different things, right? That quarterbacks are better coached and better prepared. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, it is. And it's that in the offensive structure. Some years ago, I guess 6, 7, 8 years ago, however long it was, and I'm going to credit Trent Dilfer in the Elite 11. They had a format at the time that Trent put together called a super regional. And the idea was at Ohio State. And the idea was that as they toured the country, they were used to kind of keeping in their mind like who the best guys were and then inviting them to this final. But this year they said, you know what, we want to keep track of all the guys and have them all in one place. And they did that, and they called it a super regional. Now, the other thing they did behind that is they had an open invite to some of the best, what they thought some of the top quarterback trainers in the United States were. There's a book called Bruce Feldman wrote the book. I forget the title. Modern QB. Bruce Feldman wrote it. And in that opening chapter, he describes that auditorium where all those quarterback coaches were. And there was a message from him and Steve Stenstrom, who went to Stanford, They played for the Niners for a little bit, about how all these quarterback coaches should start to work together, and that together they could elevate the position. And in my mind, that's kind of an origin story of what I've seen over the last 5 or 6 years. I was looking at the quarterback that I'm working with at WNL. This is his very first year as a varsity quarterback. And through 4 games, he's around 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, but his completion percentage is 79%. And then I looked, if you look on the Max Preps in Virginia, the top 10, 4 of the quarterbacks are mine, and 3 of the 4 are 70% or higher. And there's others on that list. And so you just look at that versus the old adage, well, when you throw the ball, there's 3 things that can happen and 2 of them are bad. Well, it has to do with the high percentage passes that throw in the screens and little things like that. That adds up. But there are times when they're going downfield and they're hitting these passes. That also goes to the offensive structures that have come into play, right? That guys are getting better about making decisions, understanding their offense, understanding their defense. And when you see a completion percentage that high, then it naturally goes that in practice, there's times in high school fields where the ball's not hitting the ground very much. And it is really changing things to be able to execute at that level, or to pick among a broader spectrum of guys who can execute at that level. It's significant.
Is it the number of throws and things that young quarterbacks are seeing in practice and in drills that makes it easier and more convenient for them going into live fire, right? You've seen it before. You've watched, you've had these conversations. What are you looking for? Where are your eyes?
Right.
What's your footwork? What are you trying to accomplish with it? I think that's showing up in young quarterback play in the NFL. Brock Purdy was a great example. Jaden Daniels Monday night was every example. Yeah, my goodness. And listen, we can talk about that throw and catch, play call, throw, catch.
Right.
That if you were to draw a playbook for identifying down and distance situation circumstance, then to have a quarterback that knows how much time he has and what he needs to do with that football.
Right.
And then have a receiver understand time, understand I don't have all day. I got to get there, where the ball's going to be placed, keep separation in space, and then attack the dang ball and finish the play.
Yeah, it takes a lot to complete a pass. I mean, and we're skipping the pass protection part of it. But for a quarterback, from that perspective, there are about 2 types of deep balls that a quarterback will throw. One you see in the combine, and they ask the quarterbacks to throw the receiver from the top of the numbers to the bottom of the numbers. So that's one of the 2 passes. The first one is, which they don't need to see them do, I think they do it, is keep them on the top of the numbers. That first pass is when your receiver has smoked the DB. You've got to get the ball up in the air and let your guy go run and go get it, because you don't want to slow him down. The second one is where the defensive back is stride for your guy, but you see their space to the right or left, and you move him from the top of the numbers to the bottom of the numbers. That's all well and good. But from the quarterback's perspective, what he has to do, he not only has to be able to execute those throws consistently just on their own, but he has to instinctively, by processing what the defender's doing or how he's defending, instantaneously throw the right ball. Now, on the receiver end, as you know, the receiver, no matter where he is, has to set a boundary. He can't be pushed or squeezed out, right? And then at the pro level, he has to have dead eyes and he has to have late hands and to catch the ball. And so when you watch that play, all of that was executed, right? You barely saw the hands go up, right? The defender just had you're looking in at the defensive back and the receiver, and you're looking for a throwing cue. Normally the eyes will dilate, right? They'll get bigger, the hands will go up, and that's your cue to either play through his hands or turn back and go. And when you watch that play over and over again, that defensive back had no problem because their throw was executed right, their route was run right, and the guy had dead eyes and slow hands. It was just a beautiful play.
Beautiful
and on command.
Play, great finish.
Yeah, on command.
Great finish. Great finish all the way around. BT, we'll throw the break. When we come back, we'll ask you that question. You know where we're going with it. We need to know, cooking with the coach. What are you cooking? We'll find that out here. One-on-one with Barry Thompson.
It's game at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J.
And, this part of camp it happens in high school camp, when they have a certain amount of time before their game, before school starts and all that. And then it happens in college and it happens in the pros. I had more fights with some of my good friends, the guys that I'm considered lifelong friends at this point in camp, than with some over-energized rookie trying to make a name for himself. Seriously.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment. Again, we've got a long weeknight for you. So, middle of the week, we'll take you deep into the night. Got some really cool new programming next week. Kyle Perry will be back with Uncut, and he'll be 5 nights a week. Good to have the southpaw and the left-hander, the captain, joining us. Working on some other projects, too. And, of course, next week, the Teammates Mentoring Hour on Tuesdays will take place. Des Moines and Ashton Hunter will get us through. It's good times around here and lots going on. It's Purdue week and all those things. It's good stuff.
Boilermakers.
Yeah, got to get the Boilermakers. But let me ask the question, Barry Thompson, what are you cooking?
Well, listen, there are a gazillion ways to make chili, and anybody has a recipe out there. If you serve it to me, I'll eat it. But there is only one way to make what's called a bowl of red. And literally, the term chili con carne literally means chili with meat. It doesn't mean anything else. And so I made a bowl of red, and it's a real simple dish. It's a real great dish. You get 3 or 4 pounds of your meat, chuck, roast. You can do brisket if you want, or you have game meat. And then you're going to take some combination of dried chilies. I used guajillo and ancho chilies. You have to de-seed them. You toast them a little bit, and then you're going to rehydrate them. And while it's rehydrating, you're going to make, like a slurry, a kind of a blonde roux. You'll add a little bit of chicken stock to that. And then those rehydrated chilies go into a blender along with that roux thing that you made. And you blend it up till it's really smooth. You brown your meat. And then, you may pour off some of the fat, put the meat back in. You put that blended chili sauce in. You add a seasoning blend, pretty basic, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, a couple bouillon cubes, Saison packet, whatever you want, that goes in. And you bring it up to a boil, cut it down to a simmer about an hour. And then after about an hour, another seasoning spice you'll put in is cumin and a little bit of Mexican oregano. Regular oregano is okay. Put that in, let it go for 45 minutes. And it is a delicious bowl of what they call red. And if you think about how people ate off a check wagon back in the day, there weren't any tomatoes, right? You had dried fruits, you had some meat, you had some flour, you had some salt. And so I had a Texas bowl of red. It's really good if you love beef and you love the complexity of chilies and what they can do. And you can adjust your heat level. These chilies aren't hot chilies. These are subtle, complex. And I'm sure Mr. Meyer's thinking about a great wine to go with it. And before we go, if you indulge me, I got a shout out for a couple of QBs. But that's what we're eating: bowl of red, Texas red.
I just shared pictures of it at 93.7 The Ticket. And Harrison, if you would, each week we want to clip Barry's Cooking with the Coach.
Yeah, we can make a full playlist out of it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Book.
Let's get your shout outs in, Barry Thompson.
Yeah, just the quarterbacks have gotten off to a great start. Shout out to Ethan Ross down in Averett. He was ODAC Player of the Week. Presley Egbers was Offensive Player of the Week in the Centennial Conference. Charles Mutter threw for 500 yards. They won their opener down in Emory and Henry. And then Max Preps did a thing where they did a map, and they wanted to know where FBS quarterbacks came from. Mm-hmm. And, all respect to California, Texas, and Florida. But Virginia was tied for 8th with Alabama with 4 quarterbacks, and 2 of those quarterbacks are mine. I want to shout out to Grant Wilson at ODU, and a shout out to Billy Edwards from University of Maryland. And then I need to give a shout out to my other FBS quarterbacks: Noah Kim at Coastal, Tony Musket at UVA, and Daniel Leposki at Delaware. So I think those guys deserve some mention. So thanks for letting me do it.
No, those are the guys. I mean, Billy Edwards. Listen, Billy Edwards Jr.
Yes, sir.
Let's give that man his props. for what he's doing with the Terps. I talked to Johnny Holiday, and that was he was kind of describing the trajectory and the growth of Billy Edwards and how important it was. Again, coming in after Tango Vailoa at Maryland in his run, the expectations were kind of wavering and fluid, and then to have him come in, win the job, establish himself, and then have the type of success he's having in the early season. Well done. I mean, you see the work, and I think that's the big part.
Yeah,
is you get to see the work.
Yeah,
you get to see. You know what? He's not just showing up unprepared. He's not just slinging it. He's making impressive decisions. He's being smart with the ball, and he's being athletic. And listen, I don't know how much of the work is putting your foot in the ground to move the chains, but all of your quarterbacks seem to have that capability.
Yeah, they are. And
I
want to. Yeah, and we got a 30 seconds here. I want to give a big shout out. We talk about this all the time. Billy is an outstanding young man. I'll just give a sample. I won't embarrass him, but I went over to watch a practice, and it was one of those off days kind. So they were fitting a practice in. They had to go to the Ravens game, and their schedules are full. Tick tock, tick tock. And I was expecting just to get away from him. Hey, coach, thanks for coming. He came over and we talked a little bit about what he saw, what was going on in the session, stayed with me. And then I'm sure he's going to leave at that point, right? And then he says, I'll walk you out. And as we're walking out, we're going up the elevator. We get off one of the elevators and I see a big graphic. And I kind of teasingly say, hey, Billy, you need one of those. He says, get back on the elevator, take me up the stairs. So he took me up to the coach's office, right, where they bring all the recruits. And I don't want to embarrass him, but there's a big graphic of him up there from the Music City Bowl. And then he just didn't say goodbye. He walked me down to the landing, the platform. Just, I'm so proud. And all my guys, Lepovsky's like that. Noah's like that. Just really proud. They can play football, but man, there's some outstanding human beings.
But you and I both know that is on purpose.
Yeah.
That is on purpose. That's part of why people bring their young people to you, is that not only are they going to get better on the field, they're absolutely going to get better off the field. And that's why we love you, BT. Appreciate you, kind sir.
Thank you.
That's Barry Thompson, one-on-one. We'll do it again next week. But until, don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour. Coming up here on The Ticket.